Today I am making a Cajun crawfish étouffée. That means that there's not going to be any tomato added. I am following along with Paul Prudhomme's recipe. It's in his book Louisiana Kitchen, Chef Paul Prudhomme's Louisiana Kitchen. I got that book at Goodwill. It's really good. But anyway, when you start, whether it's a Creole recipe or a Cajun recipe, you always start with the same holy trinity of vegetables. That's your bell pepper, your celeries, and your onion. And you want to go pretty fine with your dice, unless you like big chunks of vegetables. Then you could go bigger. But you always start out the same way with your trinity. And I am trying to go pretty fine because this cooks really fast. And we're gonna chop some garlic. That garlic had a little dead piece, so I'm gonna get rid of that. I always add a little salt so that it's not moving around on my cutting board. And we're going pretty fine, pretty much a mince with our garlic. So the next thing we're going to do is make our roux, and this is a butter-based roux. You can always use oil or bacon grease. This one you use butter. And if you're making gumbo, you're making anything, stew, fricassee, whatever, it's always going to have roux. And we're going to go to like a red-brown color. This happens pretty fast, about 3 to 5 minutes. Once our roux is the color we want, we're going to go ahead and put the trinity in there to cool the roux down, stop it from cooking, and put our spices in it. Now we're going to boil some seafood stock, which I had already made a while back. And I added a little chicken stock and a bay leaf. We're going to bring that to a boil. And once we're boiling, we're going to go ahead and start adding our roux with the vegetables. You add a little bit at a time, and I'm using a non-stick pan, so I'm using a silicone whisk, just so I don't scratch my non-stick surfaces. And you just go a little bit at a time. You don't want to put all of it at once because it'll end up clumping up, and it just takes a little bit longer to cook it out, but it'll do whatever you need it to do. So once everything is incorporated, we're just going to let that simmer for a little while until all the flour is cooked out, the taste of the flour that's in the roux is cooked out, and you're getting a nice thick sauce. Super easy. Takes maybe 20 minutes. Now we're going to go ahead and heat some butter, and we're going to saute our crawfish in the butter with our spice blend, which is red pepper, white pepper, black pepper, basil, and thyme. Now we're going to add the crawfish to the stock, and it's going to look like this, nice and thick, and we're ready to plate. You just serve over white rice. You can either put it on top of your rice, which is how I like it, but if you don't like your food drowning your rice, you can add it on the side. And there we have it, crawfish étouffée. Ta-da!